Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all our viewers. Welcome back to day 2 of eNED 2020. So today my conversation with you this morning is going to be talking about recharging your global exports under new normal with MATRADE and why is this important. For example, in this unprecedented crisis, definitely digitalisation is the way to go. We cannot just embrace things as they are, but we have to evolve. And for MATRADE, we have been doing our capacity building as well as export promotion, leveraging on digital platforms. And we encourage you to do the same in your area too. And we would like to continue our programs and see our Jago Kampungs to become the next global champion. And we believe you Malaysians out there, you can do it because we have the energy, we have the momentum, we have the dynamism to continue in the midst of this crisis. We can still work together and make you our global champions. And inclusiveness is something that is very important, very close to the heart of our government, to MATRADE, because in terms of shared prosperity, we cannot neglect our Bumiputra, our women, our youth exporters. And the world today is actually quite run by many important youth who have actually been bold and changed the world. So we believe that Bumiputra, women and youth exporters are definitely a segment of the society that we will want to empower further to go into the global arena. And if we talk about the world that we are facing today with all this crisis, sustainability becomes an important agenda. And that's why in MATRADE we have a lot of programs to remind companies that you have to embrace sustainability, and it's not just about recycling, it's also about being a responsible citizen, being a responsible employer, not using forced labor while producing your products and saving the environment at the same time. Excuse me. So why do we go for virtual exhibitions? Well, we cannot cross borders. The buyers cannot come to our country. We cannot fly in to meet the buyers. So we can meet online. Let's leverage on this platform where you are accessible 24/7 to the viewers all over the world, even in places you never could have imagined that you can access. And with the cost of flight and accommodation being slashed out, you don't need to travel. You only have to focus on your participation fees and the things to make your product, your digital marketing to be seamless and outstanding, so that the companies, the viewers, the foreign buyers that look at your product will be convinced that yes, Malaysians, you have very good products and services to offer to the world. And we continue to do our training. Previously is mostly done in MATRADE HQ or at our 5 state. Now we have to do it through means like this. Now this is the first time, although this is an annual event, this is the first time we are doing our National Export Day through e-format. So we have already conducted more than 110 webinars, either on our own or we have speakers speaking in webinars that are organized by agencies, partners, trade associations, and the like. And we continue to provide market intelligence information that are crucial for our exporters in a time of crisis such as this. We have been disseminating nothing less than 541 market alerts that provide information about the changes in trade regulation, the non-tariff barriers that you all have to know when you navigate your way in the export market. We also provide product market studies so that you know the prospects of your product in specific markets. 105 of those have been disseminated, and this is just in real time, where you can go through our website and register as under the My Export, which is a subscription-based online platform. You can already get all this information as and when the trade commissioners actually puts the information across. And 1,827 trade leads were shared across from all the Trade Commissioner's Office to trade associations and companies that are registered with MATRADE. And we continue to do online business matching daily, our e-biz match. Even yesterday, after our session at the eNED, there were still ongoing meetings going on between foreign buyers and our Malaysian exporters. That's why we encourage you to look at our My APEC 2020 exhibition. This is the first time ever in the world that this exhibition is done virtually. This year marks Malaysia's turn to be the host of this auspicious event, the APEC 2020 conference. And for the first time ever in the world, we are doing this virtually. And MATRADE has put up a virtual exhibition where you can see virtual booth. There's online pitching, there's also virtual B2B platform and webinars going on and this is specially curated for the 21 APEC economies. As we embrace the new norms, we have also expanded some of the scope under our most favorite grant or fund, which is called the Market Development Grant, which is a fund to defray the cost of participation in exhibitions or international export acceleration mission and such. However, we deeply understand the situation that SMEs are facing. So we also expanded the scope so that even participation in recognized virtual trade events can be claimable under the Market Development Grant now. And because we know that the cost that you incur has escalated because of a lot of constraints, the logistics cost is now also available to be claimed, 30% of your cost under the Market Development Grant up to 15,000. And there's also financial compensation if, let's say, you had confirmed to participate in an event before, during when the MCO period was announced, and you had paid your logistics costs of participation, like hotel and flight, you can claim to this grant if the parties were not able to refund you. So when the next digitalization aspect of how we promote export is definitely e-commerce. Through our e-trade program, there has been many first-time exporters, and many Malaysian companies, even if they are doing business domestically, the SMEs found that in a survey that we did, 85% of their income could still be earned from doing online business. And the prospect out there is a lot greater for you, because we found that through e-trade, many companies has been able to export to very far-reaching countries, all the way to Tanzania, Bhutan, Armenia, and others. And we also collaborate closely with our partners to have promotion so that Malaysian companies who are online in all these global marketplaces get enough promotion so that they know about Malaysia. So we have Malaysia Week, we have ASEAN Online Sale Day, and things like this to promote companies' product, especially through the Malaysia Pavilion and so on in these e-marketplaces. We also do not neglect our service providers, because some people may think that MATRADE is just assisting product manufacturers. We actually also assist a lot of service providers, and it can be from construction, ICT, professional services, architects, accounting firm, legal firm, all this. If you are a Malaysian service provider, this services export fund is for you to conduct things like feasibility studies, for the initial cost of setting up a rep office overseas, and some of the logistic costs. If you, as a service provider, you also want to promote or to bring Malaysian products from Malaysia to be put into your project overseas, some of these costs you can claim under Services Export Fund. And all these are exclusively available for MATRADE members. So if you're not convinced yet of why you should be a MATRADE member, I think all these funds waiting for you should be the carrot for you to be a MATRADE member today. And when we talk about the shared prosperity, the situation globally where there's a lot of probably difficulties and crises. So inclusiveness is an important agenda to continue to put our communities together. So that's why we have this Bumi Putra Women and Youth Program. We've had this program a long time ago, since 2004 under MTOP, and then we have expanded it, and now we've also included women, and I mentioned youth because we recognize the future is about the youth, and the youth are bold, they have very interesting products, so many of them become exporters at a very young age. So through this program, we work with many partners. The logos that you see here, they are just some of the few that we can't even fit the whole page. There are many more partners that we work with to ensure our Bumi Putra women and youth exporters get the access to export market. And the Globepreneur is a program where we outreach selected states, because when we analyze the data, our trade statistics shows that most exports come from Klang Valley, Selangor and KL, Johor, Penang. But other states, Sabah, Sarawak, and the rest, are relatively smaller in terms of number of exporters and value of export. So that's why we continue to engage with the state to make our entrepreneurs globalpreneurs, then the terms, hence the term Globepreneur. And of course, SME is an important segment of companies in Malaysia. 98.5% of establishments are SMEs, 77% of these are micros. So we continue to work with many companies to outreach, and the states and associations, even cooperatives nowadays also provide assistance, and have been proven that even cooperatives can sell product from Malaysia, especially on e-commerce. Mid-tier companies is also our global champions, in the sense that these are the bigger companies, the bigger boys, who makes at least 50 million in terms of sales revenue if they are a manufacturer, or 20 million if they are a service provider, and they contribute 40% to Malaysia's GDP, and providing 60% of jobs to Malaysians. So definitely under the mid-tier companies development program, we continue to provide market intelligence, they get business advice, we provide access to new markets, there's a lot of capacity building, training of leadership, the leadership of these businesses are important, and of course, an important thing, access to funding. Even at the mid-tier level, they need to know what are the options for them to even go bigger. So we work with many parties in providing them access to funding. And MCMTC, on your right, is an organization, a Malaysian consortium of mid-tier companies, was born out of the program, Mid-Tier Companies Development Program in MATRADE. And the brands that you see there are just some of the 275 mid-tier champions that we have created, and we wish them all the success, and we'll be assisting them through thick and thin to go through this crisis together. Ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned just now the importance of sustainability. And mind you, sustainability is not just about recycling, it's also having ethical business practices, it's to promote sustainable Malaysian companies, because we also heard there are challenges you face when countries close their borders because of sustainable issues. So we have to promote sustainable and inclusivity across all demographics. We have to continue to achieve the sustainable development goals. We work together closely with UN's Global Compact and other organizations to assist them on awareness and sustainability, as well as business matching. And the prospect is lucrative. If you see the high value markets, you can tap into this USD 7.87 trillion global green economy, especially in markets like Japan, US, and Europe, where the consumers are very conscious of the environment, very conscious of what they consume, the story of where the products come from, whether it comes from a clean environment, whether the rivers and the environment is taken care of when the product is manufactured. So for those of you who are new to export, worry not, because we have e-books, and this is available online 24/7 to guide beginners who are new to exporting. We have it in both Bahasa and English, so we hope you will be able to learn a lot, and hopefully this is a good reference material for you as you navigate your way into the global markets. So what are you waiting for? If you're not already a member, do register with us. Participation is free of charge. Be the next global champion. And when you register, you can also take the export readiness assessment tool so that you can gauge, you can assess at what level of export readiness you are. And the questions will also help you to understand what are the things, the areas that you need to work on and improve further to become the next global champion. I thank you for your attention. I hope you will stay tuned until the end of the day. And we have a lot of interesting speakers from different industry, so that you will be empowered and recharged in your export endeavor. Thank you so much, and all the best.